Hi everybody, Riskmonger here. Welcome back to Astrology Baseball on MLB The Show 22. Today we've got our first positive polarity matchup. This is the Libra Scales taking on the Sagittarius Archers. Libra is the Cardinal air sign, as you see Mookie Betts running out to the field, while Sagittarius is the mutable fire sign. This is Game 3 of a 3-game series. We were about to see a little recap, but they skipped past that really quickly. Basically, Libra has taken the first 2 games. As the Libra ace takes the mound, Corbin Burnes. He pitches for the real-life Milwaukee Brewers. You see, he's already made 5 starts this year. The date of this matchup is I think April 26th in the simulated calendar, so we're further along than the first 3 videos I showed. He's going to face Byron Buxton to lead off the game, the Sagittarius center fielder. And he'll pop that straight up to Gold Glove Oakland Athletics catcher Sean Murphy for a quick first out of the game. Next batter, defending National League Rookie of the Year, Jonathan India, Reds second baseman. He's going to strike out on a 98-mile-an-hour sinker on the black. That is nasty stuff. Corbin Burnes is one of the top strikeout pitchers in the game right now. And that'll bring up Ronald Acuna Jr., who at this point in the season was just about ready to return from his injury that kept him out of the 2021 postseason. Of course, in the game, he's played the whole season. And Acuna goes down swinging. A clean inning from Corbin Burnes as we head to the bottom of the first. All right, we do not get an introduction to Sagittarius starter Luis Garcia, but we'll have plenty of time to talk about him as he goes into his extra long windup. On the mound is actually one of 3 Major League players named Luis Garcia. He's the middle in terms of age, as Cedric Mullins lifts this one out to right field. There's AJ Pollock out there instead of Acuna. Again, it's silly. The game makes him the DH because he's a center fielder, and Byron Buxton was already listed in center field. So rather than just shifting him to right, it puts the best right fielder in right field, which happens to be AJ Pollock. It's a whole thing. I'm a little confused about how the game makes these roster construction decisions. As Mookie Betts coming up to bat. If you can't tell, I modeled these Libra uniforms after the retro Braves throwback jerseys. Whereas Sagittarius, I'm using the Cubs to stand in for them, but they have the same color scheme as the Colorado Rockies. As Betts pops that one up into center field. That's Byron Buxton making the catch. He's been healthy so far this year and absolutely mashing for the Twins. But back to Garcia, as Xander Bogaerts steps up to the plate. This Luis Garcia is actually the middle of the 3 in age. We've got Luis A. Garcia, who's a journeyman reliever. He's now with the Padres. Then here's Luis H. Garcia, who's rocking the baby with his windup for the Astros. And then Luis V. Garcia is a prospect for the Nationals as Bogaerts dumps the first hit of the game into left field. He's going to be on second base with a 2-out double. Xander Bogaerts can opt out of his contract with the Red Sox after this season. Of course, he's never allowed to opt out of his membership on the Libra Scales. As here comes Bryce Harper batting cleanup, the defending National League most valuable player. He's got a full count with 2 outs, a runner on second. Harper will draw a walk to put 2 on with 2 outs. For Lourdes Gurriel Jr., who he's in left field now, but in order to optimize the lineups, I would actually put him at first base, where he had over 10 games last year. And Gurriel looks at strike 3. Garcia pitches himself out of a jam, and it's scoreless after the first inning. With 2 outs in the second inning now, Javier Baez will notch Sagittarius' first hit, dumping a ground rule double into left field. Baez signed a big contract with the Detroit Tigers, but he's really been struggling to start 2022. Next is another big contract recipient, Ryan McMahon, who signed an extension with the Rockies, and he goes down swinging to strand a runner on second base. No score here in the middle of the second. I mentioned in the last video how the particular way that I constructed these lineups causes the computer to prioritize current free agents, which is why Ryan Zimmerman is in there at first base, and he strikes out swinging to end the home half of the second inning. Yeah, Ryan Zimmerman has long since retired, so I'm not sure why he's even part of the game's player pool, but you gotta build the best lineup with the players that you have at your disposal. In the home half of the fourth, Xander Bogaerts leads things off with a single, his second hit of the day, and then Bryce Harper would double him over to third. So there's 2 runners on now for second baseman Ketel Marte. He's going to hit one high to right field. A.J. Pollock settles under it. It's going to be a sacrifice fly to give Libra the first run of the game. Next batter, Evan Longoria, the veteran third baseman. He strokes a double to the opposite field. Harper's going to come around to score from first. And Libra tacks on. It's now 2-0. The Libra third base picture is basically Evan Longoria or Gio Urshela, if you want to go for defense first. But Sagittarius battles back in the very next inning. After Ryan McMahon leads things off with a single, up comes the number 8 batter, Christian Yelich. And he takes this pitch deep into right field. Mookie Betts going back. He's going to have to watch it fly. And Christian Yelich, the former MVP, has tied the game with a 2-run homer. Yelich and Burns, real-life teammates on the Brewers, but they face up against each other in the Fantasy Astrology Baseball League. And he hits this one well. It was a high pitch, just below the letters, but Yelich able to turn on it and get it well over that high right field wall. It's 2-2 in the middle of the fifth. In the sixth inning, after throwing 102 pitches, Corbin Burns' night would be over. Here's real-life Braves manager Brian Snitker coming in to pull the plug. And on in relief is Tyler Mahle. He's a starter for the Cincinnati Reds. Not off to a great start. But remember, there's plenty of long relief depth to go around in a 12-team league. He gets the last 2 outs of the sixth, including this deep fly out of Javier Baez. And now Sagittarius also bringing in a new pitcher who also plays for the real-life Cincinnati Reds, Luis Castillo, not to be confused with the infielder Luis Castillo from the 90s and 2000s. I don't know what it is about Sagittarius pitchers that share names with other MLB players, past and present. But this Luis Castillo will pitch a clean 6th inning, striking out Ryan Zimmerman on that high heat, 99 miles an hour up out of the zone. And it's still tied heading into the 7th. Mahle and Castillo would keep the game tied until the 8th. Here's the Libra right-hander striking out Ronald Acuna Jr. And here's the Sagittarian getting Bryce Harper swinging. He's asking the ump whether that was a strike, and it was. Harper has recently been diagnosed with a partial tear in his ulnar collateral ligament, so he's going to be limited to DH duties until such time as he decides to get Tommy John surgery, I guess. In the 9th inning, though, here's A.J. Pollock against Tyler Mahle. And Pollock hits one deep to left. He's not going to pause to watch it fly, but neither is he going to run too speedily around the bases. He knows that one's gone. Sagittarius has a 3-2 lead in the 9th inning. There's real-life Cubs manager David Ross cheering him on from the dugout. Pollock was recently traded from the Dodgers to the White Sox in a deal that sent Gemini closer Craig Kimbrell over to Los Angeles. And Pollock is celebrating his 437-foot blast into the upper deck. And Mahle knew it right away. He pitched some good long relief, but it's tough to be flawless in these close games, as the fiery Archers strike late and go into the bottom of the 9th with a 3-2 lead. Sagittarius has a lot of strong relief pitchers, but none have been better this year than Taylor Rogers, not to be confused with his twin brother Tyler. Taylor was traded from the Twins to the Padres at the very end of the offseason, And as of the start of Gemini season on May 21st, he was the highest scoring relief pitcher in fantasy and the second highest scoring pitcher overall, as he hits Sean Murphy after getting Ryan Zimmerman to ground out. So there's 1 on, 1 out for Cedric Mullins, the breakout Orioles star center fielder. He's going to hit one deep to right. Pollock taking a questionable route to that ball, but he settles under it. There's now 2 outs. And it's all going to be up to Mookie Betts. The Dodgers outfielder grounds one sharply to McMahon. He's going to be thrown out at first base, and Sagittarius holds on to win the slimmest of 1-run victories, 3-2. Long reliever Luis Castillo getting congratulated in the dugout. Here's Baez and Jonathan India celebrating in the infield. Libra obviously dejected, but they played a good game and were in it till the end, as they lose a heartbreaker here. 3-2, Archers over the Scales. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. As a reminder, you can read more about my Astrology Baseball project at my blog, astrologybaseball.com. And I will see you all next time.